we have today? We have features of macroeconomics and importance of macroeconomics. See, it's been, I guess, fourth to fifth lecture of introduction to micro and macroeconomics, and we are studying this particular chapter since lockdown 1.0, and lockdown 2.0 is about to end in few weeks, I guess 2 weeks. So today is the last lecture of first chapter. Okay, finally, after so many lectures making you people bored, so not an issue. We are left with two particular topics, two main important topics which can come down to your board exams. It is quite important, it has quite a lot of importance. Features of macroeconomics is सबसे ज़्यादा important. Features of macro and microeconomics, importance of macro and microeconomics. It can come in your short notes. It can come in your 16-mark last question. But don't worry, I am there for you. Okay. Now, features of macroeconomics. First point, we have study of aggregates. Macroeconomics deals with the study of economy as a whole. It is concerned with the aggregate concepts such as national income, national output, national employment, general price level, business cycles, etc. Now, as we discussed in the last lecture, that aggregate मतलब क्या? Aggregate means a total, a whole of each and everything. Okay, एक country में अगर economics अगर हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं, तो we are studying about whole country and its economy. Okay, if we are studying about national income, if we are studying about income, and if we are studying about whole country's income, that is national income, it comes under the the macroeconomics concept. Okay, so it is a concept of aggregates. It is the study of aggregates. Macroeconomics is nothing but the study of aggregates. It doesn't deal with it. We study about whole forest in this particular concept, not about one tree in a forest. That is microeconomics. We are studying about macroeconomics. We are studying about the features of macroeconomics and not microeconomics. We are studying about whole forest and not one tree. Aggregate का मतलब यही होता है, total. In simple words, one word, total. Okay. Income theory. Second is income theory. Macroeconomics studies the concept of national income, its different elements, method of measurement, and social accounting. Macroeconomics deals with aggregate demand and aggregate supply. It explains the causes of fluctuations in the national income that led to the business cycles, inflation and deflation. Okay. As I told you, it is a study of aggregate, and aggregate means it is study of each and everything in this particular economy. So यहाँ पर उन लोग ने एग्जाम्पल दिया है, जैसे कि नेशनल इनकम. यू आर स्टडिंग अबाउट नेशनल इनकम एंड दैट पर्टिकुलर नेशनल इनकम इज अफेक्टेड बाय मेनी थिंग्स. Okay, the country's national income can go down if the country is facing inflation. The country's national income can go up if the country is facing deflation. Okay, अगर कंट्री में महंगाई बढ़ गई है, अगर कंट्री में ज़्यादा प्राइसेस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स के प्राइसेस ज़्यादा हो गए हैं, इनकम कम होते जा रहा है, तो ऑब्वियसली एक्सपेंडिचर, नेशनल एक्सपेंडिचर विल इंक्रीज, national income will decrease, national savings will decrease. है कि नहीं? See, there are so many concepts which are related to national income. National income can differ from previous year to this year to next year. It can come down, go up. It can go from any limits. Okay, but the thing is, what are the effects? What are the particular? You can say that what are the sources of national income? ये changes कहाँ से आ रहा है? Okay. Why the expenditure is increasing, why the income is decreasing, why the savings is decreasing. There are so many changes taking place in economy, and ये पूरे इकोनॉमी को जब हम लोग एक साथ पढ़ते हैं, that particular thing comes under the macroeconomics. Okay. Third point we have is general equilibrium analysis. Macroeconomics studies, again the same thing. Macroeconomics studies aggregates, the total. Okay, macroeconomics is the study of total of whole nation, of the economy of the whole nation. So what is general equilibrium? General equilibrium means behavior of demand, supply and prices in whole economy. Now, as we discussed in microeconomics features, that microeconomics deals with demand, supply and so on. Okay, macroeconomics भी वही सब में deal करता है, but microeconomics deals with one firm, one individual, one industry, one particular person, and macroeconomics deals with whole country, the demand of whole country, the supply of whole country. the savings of whole country, the expenditure of whole country, the income of whole country, everything which is at a very big level, a very huge concept, that particular thing comes under macroeconomics and not microeconomics. In microeconomics we deal with individual aspects. Okay, next is lumping method. Lumping, अभी तुम लोग देखो, कोई प्रोडक्ट खरीदने जाते हैं हम लोग, या समझो if you have sold 4 kgs of newspapers to scrap person, भंगार वाले को तुम लोग ने 4 किलो रद्दी उठा के दे दिया, उससे बोला कि 24 रुपीज हुआ है. ओके, सो व्हाट आवर एटीट्यूड इज, यू नो, वी सेल के भाई साहब लमसम अमाउंट दो ना, मतलब 25 और 30. ओके, 25-30 भी कम नहीं करते हम. 20 रुपया तो ऐसा नहीं बोलेगा, 24 रुपया क्या देगा, 20 रुपया दे दे, 2 नोट दे के खत्म, ऐसा नहीं होता है. गिव 30 रुपीज और 25 रुपीज, वी से के लमसम अमाउंट दो. इट इज ऑलमोस्ट सेम टू दिस पर्टिकुलर कॉन्सेप्ट. भंगार वाले लोग के जैसा बात नहीं करने का, भंगार वाले लोग का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है ये. This is macroeconomics. So macroeconomics deals with lump sum methods. Okay, it doesn't deal with single rupees. It doesn't deal with single forest. It deals with whole forest. It deals with whole country at a lump sum level. पूरा बात एक साथ करेगा, पूरा पैसा एक साथ चाहिए ऐसा. Okay, lump sum means we study about whole economy in a lump sum way, not approximate, एकदम accurate नहीं, approximate. Okay. Let's read it out. Lumping method is the study of whole economy rather than its part. Okay, not the parts of economy but whole economy together. Professor Balding, he has told forest is an aggregation of trees, but it does not reveal the properties of an individual tree. Okay, if I am traveling from a helicopter and I see a big forest down, I cannot विजुअलाइज के हाँ ये मेरे को खाली देख के इतना पता चलता है. आई कैन मेक फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर विजुअल कि हाँ ये एक फॉरेस्ट है. आई कैन नॉट से ओह आम का पेड़, ओह नारियल का पेड़, ऐसा नहीं. आई कैन नॉट से दैट. आई कैन नॉट गेट द प्रॉपर्टीज फ्रॉम द हेलीकॉप्टर अबाउट वन इंडिविजुअल ट्री. ओके, दैट पर्टिकुलर ट्री इज 5.5 सेंटीमीटर, 5.5 मीटर लॉन्ग, सेंटीमीटर का फिर पौधा हो गया. ओके, सो आई कैन नॉट मेक फ्रॉम होल फॉरेस्ट, I cannot see from whole forest के एक ट्री का क्या constituency है, क्या properties है. If we want to study about all the trees in detail, what we need to study? We need to study about microeconomics. We are studying about macroeconomics, and if we are studying about macroeconomics, we are just studying about forest and not one single tree. Okay. Next is policy oriented. According to Keynes, macroeconomics is a policy-oriented science. It suggests suitable economic policies to promote economic growth, generate employment, control of inflation and depression. See, as I told कि बहुत सारी concepts ऐसे हैं जो पूरे country के बारे में हम लोग macroeconomics में study करते हैं, like national income, inflation, deflation, recession, depression, certain things which are related to economy, which are related to money, which are related to conditions of the market, which are related to the demand and supply. Okay, each and everything which we are studying as a whole is a concept of macroeconomics. Now, if these concepts, if these particular small topics which are huge, if it comes under macroeconomics, it helps the government to form the policies as well to solve these particular things. If country is going from inflation, if the country has recession and inflation together, country में बहुत ज़्यादा prices बढ़ चुके हैं, हर चीज़ के डिमांड कम होते जा रही है, सप्लाई कम होता जा रहा है, prices बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, people are getting less income, people's expenditure is increasing, people are expending more, people are earning less, the savings is getting decreased, the economy is getting weak, the economic slowdown is coming at a huge speed in our country. So in order to solve all these problems of economy, we need one and only one solution, that is macroeconomics. If we have all the details, if we have all the concepts cleared in our mind about macroeconomics, we can study about inflation, recession, depression and so on, and clear out the difficulties which our economy is facing currently or like the economic slowdown. India is going through an economic slowdown. So in order to solve these particular problems, we need economists, good economists. Okay, and these good economist people, they will try to solve this particular issue. They will try to remove the solutions. Okay, what can be done to solve economic problems which we are facing right now, and that particular thing is mentioned in macroeconomics. It helps the government to form policies to solve problems of economy which are at macro level. Okay, so we studied 5 topics of features of macroeconomics. Study of aggregate means it is study of a whole particular unit and not single unit, not about individual. We studied, it is the study of whole forest. Income theory, it studies about the income, it studies about demand, it studies about supply, which has been given in general economic analysis. Lumping method, it studies about the forest altogether, whole forest, and not the single constituency, or you can say the properties of one tree. Okay, पूरा forest एक साथ study करने का, and policy oriented. It helps the government to form the policies which is needed during the times of solving the crisis of economy which country faces during certain times. Okay, now importance of macroeconomics. Okay, I hope you people are clear with features of macroeconomics. It is quite simpler. If you are not understanding, I'm telling you again and again, you have textbooks, PDF, you have the actual textbook. If you are not having, you have PDF. If you have any doubts, you can ask me by calling me, or you can WhatsApp me in a WhatsApp group, or you can ask me and I'll clear those doubts in our next lecture. I tell this particular thing every time, you can ask me doubts, I'll clear in next lecture. But if I'm not clearing in next lecture, that means you people are not asking me any doubts. Okay, and I am seeing on my YouTube channel that the views are very less. I am sending you to YouTube videos, you people are not seeing that particular thing, you are not attending that lecture. You need to attend all the lectures. What you are doing at your home is nothing. Attend economics lectures. Okay, this is a very limited period, limited edition lecture. These are limited edition lecture. After we are going to start again with our lectures in our classes, in our colleges, in our day-to-day routine. You won't be having such lectures. It will be there on YouTube, but if you are not saying right now, what you will be saying at that time when you will be having lectures in college and classes. Okay, so please also subscribe to the channel. Must add कर दिया है मैंने. Okay, importance of macroeconomics. First is functioning of economy. Macroeconomics analysis gives us an idea of the functioning of an economic system. It helps us to understand the behavior pattern of aggregate variables in a large and complex economic system. Now, simple सा explanation है कि macroeconomics जो है, it helps you to understand economic condition. It helps you to understand what is wrong in economy. It helps you to understand what is right in economy and why it is right in economy. It helps you to understand each and every aspect of economy as a whole. Why as a whole, why as an aggregate, why as a total, because we are studying about macroeconomics at night, not microeconomics. So you don't get confused in micro and macro. It is just one simple thing. One tree, microeconomics. Whole forest, macroeconomics. Okay. Economic fluctuations. Macroeconomics helps to analyze the cause of fluctuation in income, output and employment, and makes an attempt to control them or reduce their severity. Now, microeconomics helps you to understand why the income is less or more, why the expenditure is less or more. Okay, they have given you 3 concepts: income, output and employment. Okay, why the income, output and employment keeps on fluctuating. Okay, why employment comes, like कभी employment ज़्यादा हो गया, कभी employment कम हो गया, output ज़्यादा हो गया, output कम हो गया. Why it is fluctuating? Why it isn't stable, or why it isn't always growing? To understand that particular thing, that why it always fluctuates or temporarily fluctuates, you need to understand macroeconomics. To understand the concept of fluctuation in economy, you need to understand macroeconomics in detail. In importance of macroeconomics. We are studying about importance of macroeconomics. Why macroeconomics is important? Because it helps in, functioning of economy, smooth and efficient functioning of economy. It helps you to understand the fluctuations. Okay, if there is no macroeconomics, you will not understand all these particular concepts of economy. It is due to macroeconomics that in economy we study about functioning, in economy we study about fluctuation. Third is nation income. Okay, this is wrong. It's not nation income. This is national income. Okay. Study of macroeconomics has brought forward the immense importance of the study of national income and social accounts. Without a study of the national income, it is not possible to formulate correct economic policies. Now, country, as I told you that we discussed here, it helps in government to formulate policies, to make policies. Government makes certain policies, for the welfare of the society, for the welfare of the country. And to make certain policies, government need how many people are there ना. अभी तुम्हारे घर में obviously अगर कोई मेहमान आ जाता है, okay, and you have seen कि तुम लोग 4 लोगों मेहमान आते तो तुम लोग 16 हो जाते हो, तो you have to first count how many people are there, and accordingly you have to make rice, dal or certain things which you are making, many food. Okay, why? How you calculated? You counted everybody and then you made the food, and then when everybody had their dinner, you saw that the food has not been wasted, okay, or the food was not less. So in order to frame the policies, are you understanding what I am trying to say? In order to make the policies, government need the actual numbers कि कितने लोगों के लिए हमको policy बनाना है. If we are making certain things, if we are framing certain policies, if we are doing something for the country, we need to understand how many people are living in our country, and for that particular thing we need national income, we need the population of the country as well as their income. Okay, clear? How much they are earning, the population with their income. See, every 10 years, the first census was removed in the year 1951, and every 10 years we are calculating the population with their national income, with the sex ratio of the country. 1000 males पे कितने females हैं उतना. Fourth point is economic development. Now, macroeconomics helps you to understand how much development our country is making in terms of economy. Now, economy is a fluctuating concept. As I told you people, the economy keeps on fluctuating and it is not always stable. It goes on as like a business cycle. The period is not always into depression or recession, or you can say that the economy is not always stable. So in order to study that economy, in order to maintain the less fluctuation or stability in the economy, you need to study macroeconomics. Economic development, this particular concept is basically very much important if we study about macroeconomics. See, macroeconomics helps in the development of economy. How? Indirectly or directly it is related to development of the economy. If you are aware about the economy properly, that means you have studied about macroeconomics. That means you have taken the help of macroeconomics, to study about the economy. And if you are studying about the economy in detail, that means you can understand the economy properly, and if you are understanding the economy properly, you will develop it very nicely. कोई भी चीज़ अगर तुम लोग डेवलप करना है तो उसको पहले समझना पड़ता है. इन हिंदी नाउ, ओके, कोई भी चीज़ को अगर तुमको डेवलप करना है तो पहले उसको समझना है. कोई भी चीज़ को समझना है तो उसके लिए कोई एक जरिया होता है. If you are studying about economy, if you are understanding about economy, that means you have taken the help of macroeconomics to study about economy. And if you have understood the economy properly, that means you can develop the economy properly. So indirectly, macroeconomics is helping in the development of economy. Okay, by the help of certain concepts like demand, supply, fluctuation of economy, certain things, wealth, income, expenditure, savings, each and everything which we are studying in whole, aggregate. Okay, and last is performance of economy. Last point, performance of economy. Macroeconomics helps us to analyze the performance of economy. National income estimates are used to measure the performance of an economy over time by comparing the production of goods and services in one period with that of the other period. Now last year, just for say for example, if the country's last year the country's GDP was 10%, now this year country's GDP is 5%. Last year national income was quite high, this year the national income is a bit low. So comparatively last year was nice, and this year is less nice. Okay, less nice or less better. You can say that the economic condition is a bit weak this year as compared to the last year. Okay, so how we came to know? Just because we studied this particular concept, performance of economy, with the help of macroeconomics. We can analyze, we can remove, we can study about the performance of economy by comparing the economy of the same country or same particular period to last year's period. Okay, this year the rainfall is going to be 105%. Last year it was 95%. How? See the prediction, अगर समझो ये साल 105% बारिश हो गई, पिछले साल 95% हुई थी. So how? देखो comparison में देखो, last year it was less rainy, this year it is more. The rainfall is more, 10% more, 5% more than the average rainfall. So like that particular thing, we can calculate the economy as well by comparing to the previous year, and also we can estimate the future as well, coming year. Like previous year the GDP was 5%, this year it is 10%. Obviously the GDP of next year should be 15% if it grows on with this particular speed, if the economic development happens with this particular speed which is going right now. Okay, macroeconomics is a bit difficult to understand if you see, because it studies about whole economy. Okay, now national income, wealth, income, expenditure, demand, supply, each and everything we are going to study in detail in this particular textbook of 12th standard. No need to worry about कि सर ने ये सब कॉन्सेप्ट तो बताया ही नहीं, बस बता दिए कि माइक्रो में क्या होता है, मैक्रो में क्या होता है. And you don't need to worry about certain things, the big words which we studied in last 5 lectures of this particular chapter, introduction to micro and macroeconomics. It is just a start, it is just an introduction of this particular whole textbook. In this particular textbook we are going to study about each and everything. No need to worry about anything. See, there are certain big words, and each and every word we are going to study in detail. Okay, so starting this chapter ends over here. We will be starting second chapter in next 48 hours. Okay, tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay, take one day rest and stay home and stay safe. Like, share and subscribe to this particular video and our channel. I hope you like the video, you understand what I have explained over here. This is a bit tough to understand, and we'll take this lecture one more time in our classes if you want. Okay, if you want, I'll teach, don't worry. Okay, so share this video to your friends. You also share this to everyone and tell them to share with their friends as well, so that each and everybody understands the introduction of 12th standard textbook. Okay, thank you so much.